Yep, we back. Reball Foundation Podcast Center. And we have a special guest. You already know what time it is. It's like we have part two of FaithWalkers. We doing some faith walking tonight with Marty Wright. So look, uh, you know, this guy right here, man, he's real. He a real person, man, and he been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, just being incarcerated, and we were just having a conversation, and it kind of blew my mind for a minute, and what I'm saying. So we're gonna get to him in just a second, but I wanna open this thing up wide open real quick and talk about recidivism. You know, uh, in the state of Virginia, we are ranked number 3 at 23%, right? You know what I'm saying? Prison population at 30,357. We are ranked number 9 at that. Probation population at 63,111. We are ranked at 18 at that. Parole population, we're at 1,860. That's ranked number 39. So we talking about going into prison, coming out of prison within 5 years, you're right back in it. So you know what I mean. So we definitely got to get better at that. You know what I'm saying? Better at staying at home. And why not bring the faith walkers in the building? They're in the building tonight. We right here off y'all favorite 143 at Sherrod's Barbershop. We going to do this tonight. We're going to shut the program down and let's go. So I want y'all to welcome my man, Marty Wright. So yo, Marty,
Yes, sir.
what's going on, brother?
Oh man, I'm blessed, man. Doing well.
Man,
Blessed to be here, man. Honored and pleasure to be here.
hey, that's what's up, man. I think you got a lot. I'm gonna say the faith walkers got a lot going on, and y'all just starting, but y'all on fire. Y'all on fire.
Amen.
Y'all definitely on fire. Y'all got a lot of things just happening in the community, and I'm excited to see what how this thing all folds out. Which I already know, where God got His hands on it, it's gonna turn out.
Oh, no question,
It's
man.
gonna turn out. So I'm with all that. So let's get started, man. What you got going on? What you got going on? First of all, let me get this out here real quick. Let me get this out. So we got July, July 21st, and July the 22nd.
Yes, sir.
So what we doing here? We bringing some awareness to what?
That's the youth conference that we're having, trying to bring enlightenment, man. And as you can see, where are we headed? You know, it's about a vision. You know, the word of God says, where there's no vision, the people perish. So, you know, we trying to cultivate a vision for our youth so they can see a future where presently they can't see one. Because if they could see a future for themselves, they wouldn't be, you know, deepening the things that they're into. That's causing them to lose their lives, which is the worst. And the second worst, go to prison, to be incarcerated.
Right.
So we're trying to effectuate change, a changing of the mind. So, you know, because we believe at Faith Walkers, we believe that, you know, if you change your mind, you change the world. So if I can get a young man to change his mind, I can get him to change his world. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. The way you think determines how you live. How you live affects everything around you. The better you are, the better your community is. So for us, you know, as an organization, you know, we are trying our best to help the recidivism rate go down by dealing with reentry, but we also are working in prevention. We want to keep the young kids from becoming those statistics.
There you go. There you
We
go.
want to drop the statistics by not letting them add to the statistics.
Right.
So that's our mission at FaithWalkers, man. And that's part of the mission. Our mission is broad. Sometimes we think we wanna do so much, but people are like, where's the focus? The focus is reentry and prevention. But we have a lot of ideas about how we can effectuate change and bring about change, man. And it's essential that we keep working and networking and building and building and building until this thing has a solid foundation. And once that foundation is set, and man, I just want to say I'm grateful for all the support that we have been receiving from people in the community, and from our families and from people that's in authority.
Correct.
And I also want to be like, okay, just break this down. Just break this down. A little bit real quick. From you being incarcerated, how can how was your transition? How was your transition from you being incarcerated for so many years, and to be able to sustain what you're sustaining right now, and they're giving you that confidence to do, what you're calling, what God calling for you to do. So, what sustained you? What kept you? And what motivated you to even for you guys to even come together and start this Faith Walkers?
Well, to answer your question, what sustains me is my faith. That my faith is my foundation.
Hallelujah.
And everything is built from my faith. Everything I do, everything I will do is based on my faith. Building on that, I know that no matter what happens through life's storms, my foundation keeps my house solid. So everything starts from my faith. My faith sustained me through my time of incarceration. My faith sustained me when I came home. And my faith sustains me today.
All right, man. Just because God can do wondrous things, man. If you believe,
Absolutely.
if you believe, I know He done leaps and bounds just with just dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? And just dealing with with things that I had going on, but because we got you sitting here, it got to be it's like it got to be a divine intervention. I feel like to where the Faith Walkers is going and what the foundations is trying to do in the communities and stuff like that. So let's take a little step back for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I want the audience to get a good glance at you know um, and we're not gonna stay there long. Just to visit a little bit of the past.
Okay.
Just to visit a little bit of the past. We're not gonna stay there because that's where it's at, and we want to keep it there.
Okay.
But we do want it. You know what I'm saying? Because your story is so interesting, and so it got to be spoken. People got to hear it.
Okay.
Because they got to believe it. They got to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like which the things that you've been through. So what made it. You know what I'm saying? You know. Cause I know a little piece of it. You know what I mean? I know a little piece of it. We was in the same Williamsburg area.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm gonna give you a little piece of what I thought like for you from what I seen. You know what I mean? Because it was like territorial. You know what I'm saying? And T.O. was over here, and you was over there. So you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? It seemed like I see the cars, and you know what I'm saying? I hear, you know what I mean? Like that's Marty and the parties. So what was so enticing? You know what I'm saying, to that life? What so that you can tell these Knicks brothers, you know what I'm saying, that's in it. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't the way. You know what I'm saying? How can you convince them? What would you say to them?
Well, convincing them is easy, because all the cars, all the money, all the women, none of it was worth 25 years in prison. Now, I have a thing that I talk to when I mentor youth and when I mentor young men. I ask them the question, how much would you sell 20 years of your life to me for? Would you sell 20 years of your life? And the answer is always a resounding no. Okay, if the answer is no, then you're telling me that there's no amount of money you can make selling drugs. There's no amount of money you can make robbing. There's no amount of money you can make stealing worth you giving 20 years of your life to the system. If that's what you're telling me, then that means you're going to stop what you're doing today. Because if you don't, that's what you're going to get. And if that don't wake you up, because here's the truth. Here's the truth. A lot of people, and I can say for myself, I lived in an area of life that was detached from reality. A lot of people are detached from reality. Okay? In other words, they're not rational thinkers. I wasn't.
Does that, I mean, even we say that they are detached, but there's a lot comes with being detached, right? Is that because you got how many you got so many forces that's entertaining that.
But we're talking about the cause.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the cause. A lot of people are, when I say detached from reality, you ever heard that saying, oh, he don't think it can happen to him?
Right.
That's being detached from reality.
That's one part. Yeah,
That's being detached from reality.
Yeah.
I ain't going to jail. They ain't gonna catch me. That can't happen to me. You're detached from reality.
isn't that is it, even with them being detached from reality, with them being, you know what I'm saying, that way, there are other influences that do you think that's hindering them to see right, to see correct? You know what I mean?
Well,
You see reality.
well, you know that old saying, man. You know, there's an old adage: when you know better, you do better.
Right.
Right? And unfortunately, a lot of these people, because I don't want to just say men, because women out there doing the same thing now.
Right.
They're not on the same level, not to the same quantity, but it's men and women, young men, young women. They both out there in the game. And what I think is they haven't had the opportunity touch, feel, speak to somebody who is going through what they've been through. Here's the thing. Here's what I believe. If you're going to tell a young man who's seeing people walk around with, you know, high dollar tennis shoes, jewelry, cars, and all that stuff, don't do that, then you better be able to tell them what they can do. It's an oxymoron to tell somebody what not to do if you can't tell them what they can do.
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense.
So that's what a lot of people are out here doing. They're telling these young people, don't do this, but you ain't telling them what they can do.
Yeah, it's about if you can motivate them, be able to motivate them.
No, give them options.
Options too.
It's not about motivation because they're already motivated. They're already motivated to go get it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let's keep it real.
All right.
A hustler is not a bad thing. A hustler is just a go-getter.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you hustle. Make sense?
Yeah, man, that
Make a whole lot of sense.
Okay.
I agree with you.
All your Wall Street brokers,
They
all your investment bankers, all of your trade market individuals, they hustlers. They going to get it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? A hustler is just a go-getter.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you got to have that go get it in you, if you're gonna get up and go sell drugs and stand on the corner all night long, you got that, you got it in you. So why don't you just take that and turn it into something positive? And if you can do that, man, you might be making millionaires because they already motivated. It's not about motivation. They motivated to go get it.
That's for sure.
Give them something different to go get it.
So with that being said, what kind of like what and it's into the re-entry, right? So what are some things that you can help with that part of your mission? So it's like what areas can you help them with?
Well, what we want to try to do, man, is the first thing. See, everything is about the individual. I'm not going to take a kid or a young man who likes, say for instance, he like cutting grass.
Mhm.
I'm not going to try to turn him into a welder. He's not going to like it. He's not going to do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you sit down, you talk to him. What do you like to do? What would you like to do? What would you like to be? And then we try to guide them in that way to fulfill their vision for their life. Because it's not about your vision or my vision for their life. It's
Right.
about their vision
Right.
for their life. What we want to do is try to help bring that vision into reality. Now, we're not going to help everybody. We're not going to help everybody. We're not going to save everybody.
Nah, because that's
unrealistic.
yeah, that's unrealistic. Because I also say even with the kids that I have, right, the kids that I have with the We Walk Foundation, right, like basketball is, it helps you. It helps you. Don't get me wrong. It helps you in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? And all of them not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Not into the NBA. They have chances. They got chances to get themselves some education through college, or what the case is, or even just to be, you know what I mean, to have a good sense of mind of your surroundings and your environment, and then be better yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get it. You're not gonna save everybody.
No, you're not going to
You're
save
not
everybody.
going to say that's
But if we can get one or two, you know what I'm saying, in the right path, you know what I'm saying, we winning.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? But we want to get more.
my thing is this. I feel that if God allows me to help one person not make the mistakes that I made,
right.
then I fulfill my purpose.
Right.
Because for me, it's about purpose. It's about fulfilling my purpose. It's about redemption, and it's about atonement. Helping, giving back, and I have a heart to do it. If I didn't have a heart to do it, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. I could be doing other things. My heart is in it to help people. I don't want to see people go through what I went through, because let me tell you something, man. When you hear people say, oh, he ain't about that life, man, most of these young men out here and young women out here, they ain't about that life.
Right.
Not the life that I just left.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, ain't no guns in jail. You know what I mean? Ain't no guns in jail. So and everybody's tough. So my thing is this, man. If I can just help one, then I fulfill my purpose. I pray to God that I'll be able to help many. Before I came home, while I was incarcerated, I created the Overcomers Mentor Training Program, where my program was teaching men how to be mentors. And then you just take your mentee, turn them into a mentor, and it's mentor multiplication.
So that's what I was going to ask you about your book. Is that pertaining to your book?
No, my book is called Formidable Adversary: Deceptive Weapons of the Enemy. That's a book, a spiritual book that helps people recognize, this deception that the enemy uses to keep you in bondage. But the mentor program is designed, it's a 10-week program, which hopefully we're going to start teaching it soon, offering it to men and young men soon, to be able to help cultivate a change in mindset.
And that's good, because we was talking earlier before the lights, camera, action. We were just talking about it. You know what I mean? Now y'all got a home. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, man. Listen,
Come on, talk to me,
man, that's what it's all about right there.
Listen, man.
That's
what it's all about.
I mean, I'm blessed. I don't want to say breaking news, but
newsflash.
Yeah, FaithWalkers have our home base now. We have partnered with the Williamsburg Christian Church off of John Tyler Highway, and we're gonna start holding seminars. We're going to start teaching classes. And we're going to start developing different things, man, to help our community. It was a blessing that Pastor Fred Liggins reached out to us and offered us space to help bring about the change that we want to bring about. And he's partnered with FaithWalkers, and it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. We got a home base now, and I'm happy about that because the foundation is being put underneath us. You know what I mean? How can you help the homeless when you're homeless?
Right.
You know what I mean? We ain't homeless no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got a place. You know what I mean? A good place. A great place. You know what I mean? Where we can, like I said, hold seminars, community meetings. We're working on a few different projects right now, teaching classes. I really want to start teaching the mentor program again because I think it's needed. Because what everybody don't understand is you're a mentor whether you want to be or not. Everybody's a mentor. You know why? Because everybody has somebody that looks up to them. And a mentor is just a trusted advisor. Now the question is, what kind of mentor are you? Are you a good mentor that teaches positive things, gives positive reinforcement? Or are you a bad mentor that teaches negative things, that guides people down the wrong path?
So that's that so-called OGs.
Yeah.
So-called OGs in the game, but you got them out here and you know what I'm saying, looking all crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah. So shout out to the real OGs out there. You know what I mean? So
Well, I don't even call them. I mean, when I was in prison, as I got older, the younger guys used to call me, "What's up, OG?" I said, No. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
Right.
You
Right.
call me MOG.
Yeah.
Anyway, MOG. Like, yeah, MOG. Say, what does that mean? Man of God.
There you go. Come on. Shout out to the
MOGs. Let's go.
There you go.
Shout out to the MOGs.
The MOG.
So so what would bro? It's just like it's so much. You know what I'm saying? You got the book, you got the mentorship thing, and y'all got the youth. What is it?
Youth conference.
The youth conference
It's coming up in July 21st
and 22nd.
And the 22nd.
I'll be speaking on the 22nd.
All right.
And it's crazy. Excuse me, I don't mean to cut you off.
Do you think?
It's crazy because the Miss Lashana Hill. Shout out to Miss Lashana Hill for putting this conference together. She titled my speaking point as making a comeback. And I was like, wow, there's a lot I can build off of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, it's going to be a lot of great speakers there, man. I hope that people can make it for both days. So, because everybody's bringing something different to the table. It's like going to a buffet. All you can eat. Come and get it. You know what I mean? Bring the youth so they can get the raw and the real from somebody who really cares about them, somebody who really wants to see the best for them. They say there's a saying, there's an old adage that says, a smart person learns from their mistakes, but a wise person learns from the mistakes of others. So my mission and goal is to make them wise.
Okay.
Make them wise. I want them to be wise. Learn from my mistakes so you don't make them.
Right.
And we know, it was like, what was your sentence like? Just give them a real, I'm showing what God did.
What was your number?
Did you even have a number?
I had an alphabet in front of a number.
Come on.
I had I was sentenced to 3 life sentences in 25 years. That was my sentence.
Now,
I know, man. I mean, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let these kids know, like, yo, did you hear that? Did you hear that? No numbers, letters. I'm gonna tell you what God gonna do, man. Come on, man. That's what He gonna do.
Amen.
So, and what turned that whole thing? And what I also want to know, like, break that down. How you can even be like You absorbing everything. Like you got letters on you. You got letters on your jacket. You got letters on your chest, right? And at what point, like, yo, I made a mistake. I know I got to repent. I got to get it to him. At what point, what broke? Was there a breakdown in that, or how did you, or how you even? It's hard, bro. I mean, I can even imagine. Like, I'm thinking, like, yo, because you did like a quarter, T.O. did like a quarter, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some real time to be locked behind some bars, bro. And you know what I'm saying, and not lose your mind.
Well, I like to joke. There's a joke that I tell people. You know, there's a joke that I tell people about it. I can laugh about it now, Brian, but you know, for all intents and purposes, man, you know, what happened to me is nothing short of a miracle. For me, I don't care what it means to anybody else.
Right, right,
God moved
Right.
in my life
right.
in a way that He wanted me to know it was Him.
Come on. Come on.
He wanted me to know it was Him that brought me out. And that's why I would die before I not serve Him after all He's done for me. You know what I mean? And,
Come on.
you
Come
know,
on.
people talk about experiences with God. But have you really experienced God?
Man, that's heavy though.
Have you really experienced God the way I've experienced Him? I'm not saying I have the book on God. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm saying I have, without a shadow of a doubt, experienced God
Come on.
up close and personal. Because only He could have did what He did. He changed the heart of a judge that hated me. He hated me into one who spoke so highly of me. When He released me, you would have thought I was His child.
Come on, man. Come on.
You know what I mean?
Nobody but Him, man.
Nobody but Him.
Nobody but Him.
But to answer the second part of your question, you know, there was a point in my life where I had to completely surrender and say, you know what? I can't do this. I can't do this. If I told you some of the thoughts I had, never considered suicide or anything like that, because my mind don't work like that. My mind has never worked like that. You know what I mean? But I was thinking of crazy things to get released, not good things.
Right, right.
Because when I went to prison, they had just changed the federal law. That if you got a life sentence and you kill somebody, you get the death penalty. And if you didn't have a life sentence and you kill somebody, you got life. Well, guess what? I had 3 life sentences. So my way out, this is how I was thinking when I went, like a maniac, that I'm waiting for the right opportunities for somebody to make a mistake.
Come on.
Just make one mistake and I got my way out. Because I can't do life in prison.
Yeah. See see people understand, like, you know, that pressure. That pressure.
But I thank God though. I thank God, and that's why I say God shielded me, because never had an incident ever went that far
Right.
where I wanted to kill somebody.
So when
When you was having those thoughts, was you hearing Him speaking to you? Would you, well, at that point of moment, like, you know, try to, you know what I'm saying? At that moment, like, what brought you back up? What brought you back?
Well,
You know, when you having those thoughts, because we gotta let them know. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Because we got people out here now that's not in jail and having those thoughts.
right. And again, you know, I cried out to God. I mean, I cried out to God, man, because let me tell you something about the psychology of anger. Anger eats you up from the inside out. Right? Your expression on your face and all that, people can see that. But they're not seeing what it does inside of you.
Yeah.
And I got to the point, man, where I was tired of being angry. I was tired of being vengeful. I got tired because that stuff wears you out. Do you know?
Man, being
Do,
spiteful,
do you know?
yeah,
Do you know it takes more
Yeah.
energy to be hateful and angry and evil than it does to be at peace?
Come on, man.
It takes way more energy, man. You know?
Yeah.
And so I just got tired, man, and I just got down on my knees and I said, Lord, please take this anger out of my heart. I can't do it. I've tried. I can't do it on my own. I can't do it in my own strength. And I just asked the Lord to take that anger away from me. And God is my witness. He did it. That's why I can be out here in the streets, walk past anybody that I've ever had an issue with, and say to him with a straight face and with a true heart, God bless you.
Right. So to the non-believers out there, or because so on social media, everywhere you turn is all these different type of people, about religion, about what I'm saying, to all y'all non-believers, man, this is real. You know what I'm saying? So what would you say to the non-believers? After you experiencing that right there alone, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, and think about all the things that you did when you was beforehand, before you even got to prison. You know what I'm saying? From the dealing drugs, we all know what comes from that. You know what I'm saying? We all know what comes from that. So like and then to go in and get that number, and he still saved you. He still gave you life. You know what I'm saying? He still gave you life. So I just man, I get emotional, like, because everything, I wasn't locked up for 25 years, but I had hell here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That was my hell.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? And to be able to for him to pull me out the way he did, I feel you in a sense. I understand God's grace and mercy. I understand. I can feel it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And we struggle every day, you know what I'm saying, trying to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
the one thing that I'm happy about, and I know you might can attest to this as well. I'm so glad that God's faithfulness does not depend on who I am, but who He is.
There you go. Come on.
I'm so happy about that, because even in the struggle, sometimes our faithfulness wavers, but He never wavers.
at all. At all. Don't change.
So what do I say to the non-believers? First thing I would say, man, God bless you. That's the first thing I would say to them. God bless you. I would pray God's blessing upon them. And the second I would say is, how much evidence do you need to understand that you did not create you?
Come on.
How much evidence do you need that there's something greater than you? And if they can answer that question, I'll leave them alone and say, you know what? To you be yours, to me be mine. But most people can't answer that question.
Right.
See, the condition of a person's heart will determine what they believe. And unfortunately, there's some people who have been, they've been through it, man.
Yeah, man.
They've been through it.
Yeah.
Now listen, jail is a bad thing.
Yeah.
But as you said, there's people walking around right now, who's in prison in their mind.
Come on, man.
They're in prison in their mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I can be honest with you. Once I gave my life to God in prison, and this may sound absolutely ludicrous, it may sound absolutely crazy, but I was more free than some of the people I was talking to on the telephone that was out here in the free world.
Come on, man. Yeah.
And I'm talking about free mentally, emotionally, psychologically. I was more free.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People was out here struggling. So, they was like, I can't wait till you come home. I can't wait till you come home. Like, you free. I can't wait for you to come home.
Yeah,
I can't wait for you to come home. And I come home, and it seemed like things for them changed, because They was hearing about the walk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now they're seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, you know,
Do you think do you think some people like do you think people saying right now like, oh, he gonna trip, he gonna fall, he
oh
gonna
man, listen,
Yeah.
there will always be haters. There're gonna always be doubters. There's always gonna be evil in the world. I'm conscious of that. And because I'm conscious of it, I don't let that affect me. People had me locked up 2 weeks ago. Said I was in jail.
Come on.
My cousin called me.
Oh, man.
Literally,
That's
my
crazy.
cousin called me
That's crazy.
and said, "Cuz, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm tired, man. I just got off from work." He said, "Man, I knew it." I'm like, "Knew what?" He said, "Man, they said you was locked up." And all I could do was laugh.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All I could do was laugh because so many people, man, and I'll be honest about the situation. You know, a lot of people, they're not happy that I'm home. A lot of men, they're not happy I'm home because they feel threatened by the man that I am because they think I'm the man that I used to be.
Right, right.
right. But see, I don't know what they not saying, bro.
But they don't want to see it. See, listen, a person's perception becomes their reality,
Right.
whether it's true or not. I'm gonna say that again. A person's perception becomes their reality, whether it's true or not. So if they still thinking I'm the same Marty, there's nothing I can do to convince them that I'm not. So all I can do is be the best man that I can be. You know, I learned this from a wise man. He said, you can never stop people from talking about you. Never. He said, but what you can do and what you can control is making sure what they're saying isn't true.
Right, right.
And I think I've mastered that.
Yeah, you know, me personally, man, I don't listen to none of that, man. I swear I don't, man. Even though I know it's chirping. You know what I'm saying? It's just chirping out there because no matter what it is. What if you know what I'm saying, you on your roll and you know what I'm saying? It's just like I don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to address it because I'm too focused on what I need to do next.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, keep everything in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't try to deal with, you know what I'm saying, things that's out of my control.
Well, you know what they say, if they wouldn't be hating on you if you weren't doing something right.
Come on, man.
Talk to him. But look, man, yo, that's Marty Wright, man. Marty Wright. Hey, man, it's a blessing to have you in the building. So, is anything that you want to say? Shout out to the people with you, you know, to the people that you love. Shout them out. What's up with it?
Oh, yeah, man.
Do your thing, man.
I give a big shout out to my family, man. You know, my people, my children. You know, I'm thankful to the family that God has given me. The new family, my old family. I'm blessed to have the love and support that I've always wanted and always needed to be able to be the person that God has called me to be. I shout out to my Faith Walker family, you know, my co-founder, T.O., my president, Ray, Tajera, you know, Angel, Kit, Chuck, all of us, man, the people that God has divinely put together, people from different walks of life who come together as a unit to fulfill the purposes that God had in our lives. And I know that, you know, this is divine because God gave a vision to two different men at the same time who was in different places.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when people say, how did you and Tony come together? It was a divine appointment.
Right. Right.
It was a divine appointment to bring this unit, this organization together. And so I'm happy and blessed by that, man. I want to say shout out to all of my people who out there doing their thing, handling their business the right way. The men, speaking to the men who are walking in the mentality of a real man. Big ups to you, man. Big ups to you guys. You know what I mean? And I look forward to syncing up with those men and being like-minded, accomplishing many goals that God has set before us. So I want to give a shout out to you, man, and not just because you invited me on your podcast, but man, knowing that your journey, I'm very proud of you, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks,
Very
man.
proud of you for the journey that you've been on, because you could have gave up.
Man,
You could have gave up,
thank you, brother.
but you didn't. And look at you now. Won't he do it?
Come on, man.
Won't he do it? Yes, he would, man.
Won't he do it, man?
Man.
And that's the last thing, that if nobody take anything away from what has been spoken on today, just remember, won't he do it?
Yo, thank you for watching, man. Like and subscribe, Weeball Foundation on YouTube. Please go check it out. Yo, shout out to my man Devontae Wright for everything that he does. Man, keep doing it. Big shout out to Marty Wright and the FaithWalkers. This is part 2 of it. Part 3 is next. Anthony Ovis. You already know what it is. We're gonna go all the way up with that. Big shout outs to that whole family. Ray, Marty, T.O., Tajir, Angel Bartlett. Everybody that's in that whole organization. Big shout out to y'all. Shout out to Southern Pancake House. You know what I'm saying? They all got the, you already know my joint is chicken and waffles, man, all day. I'm telling you, it's the best. Look, big shout outs to my CPA, counting beans, man. Let's go. If you ever have any businesses that you need help on, give my man a call. Look him up. You know what I'm saying? And big shout out to my home, Dr. Restoration. You already know. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. Y'all my peoples. I love y'all. And big shouts out to Crown Athletics LC, baby. You already know what it is. We about to turn that up. You know what I'm saying? And to all my Harlan Park family, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, and also I want to bring out to write real quick, for Marty Wright, for the FaithWalkers, his book, Formidable Adversaries, Deception Weapons of the Enemy. Man, go get that. Huh? It's on Amazon. Check it out. If you ever want to find out what's going on with the FaithWalkers, go to that go to their website, FaithWalkersVA.org. Go check it out. www.faithwalkersva.org. Check it out, and you're in peace and be blessed out there. One.